Hey there, Lala here. I'm guessing you clicked on this video because either you're already mouth taping or you're considering it. So I'm not here to tell you all the benefits of nose breathing and the pitfalls of mouth breathing. I'm no expert, and there are plenty of videos for you to watch from people who are and have been doing it for years. Another great source for information is this book, Breath. It's by James Nestor, and when I bought it, I didn't make the connection that he was one of the people whose videos I had watched in the past and thought was an authority on the subject. Even if you're already mouth taping, I think you're really going to love this book. A couple of the issues I was having was most of the videos I watched, people said to use a stamp-sized piece of tape, and that didn't work for me. I moisturized my face and my lips at night, and it just didn't hold. So I went with a bigger piece, like this, and that worked okay. There's also mouth tape that you can buy that covers your whole mouth and has a little slit in it. I didn't try those, even though a lot of people said they worked great. It wasn't for me. It wasn't an alternative to taping. What I want to do in this video is share my solution, one that has all the benefits of mouth taping, but I find it to be more convenient and really comfortable. I wondered if one of those mouth guards that people wear at night to keep them from grinding their teeth or snoring might be able to work to help you keep your mouth closed at night. And it turns out, with a simple modification, it can, and it works like a charm. I've done more than 30 mouth guards, and from 9 different brands. Through all the testing, these 3 right here are the ones that work the best for the modification I'm going to show you. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to be using this one. I got it about a month ago, but I didn't use it because it's identical to this other one I bought, other than the fact that that one's in a box. But I had to mark an X on this so I could tell them apart. This one just came in a baggie, but it is hard. It didn't mold well. I don't even know what brand this was. It didn't have a brand marking on it at all. But it's a piece of junk, but it was worth buying so I can tell which ones are good and which ones are not. So like I said, looks identical, has a single hole just like the other one, and this plastic piece which you would normally use, but we're not going to. For this demo, I'm showing you the kind with the single hole, and this has to be molded twice. The first time will be just to seal this hole, and the second time will be to fit it to your teeth. The temperature for the water can be kind of tricky on these. I loosely base it on the instructions. This one said boiling, so I knew 180 degrees would be okay for this one. But what I'm really looking for is when it starts to soften up. Watch closely for the sides to start to lose their shape. That's when you want to take it out. If you leave it in too long, they'll fold down and touch another part of the mouth guard. But anything that folded down a little bit, you're just going to fold that back up before you put it in your mouth. So check it over first. The first time we're just trying to seal up the hole, so you need to close your teeth a little more tightly than you normally would, and then press really good to try and seal that hole up. Now, I actually thought about reshooting this because I'm molding this more here than I needed to for the first round. But I want you to see my actual reaction. It throws me off how well this molds the very first time. This is crazy. This one is so good. Okay, I'm gonna mold it again because that's what I was expecting to do. Probably have slobber on my face. Now, I didn't need to reheat the water. It's still warm enough. And I'm only popping this in for about 10 seconds, whereas the first time I had it in for about 30 seconds. You just want to watch to make sure the sides aren't folding in. And then be sure to check both sides of the mouth guard and make sure nothing's folded down before you put it in. This time, make sure you don't clench your teeth. You want your jaw in a relaxed position while you're sleeping. So suck all the air out and then continue to smooth the front out. You're trying to make that as flat as possible, and the same with the sides. Now, this is a little bit longer than my teeth go back, so I tuck the sides in a little bit. I find that to be more comfortable than, trying to cut things off. So keep sucking the air out and smoothing the back side with your tongue. When it feels like it's a good fit, just make sure you test it. Make sure no air is coming in before you take it out. Put that in cold water to set it. So it's dipped in a little bit at the front here where that hole was, but that doesn't matter. It's sealed. The material in this is so nice. It's so soft. It molds better than any of the other ones. And it fits my mouth great. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. #1 pick right here. All right, let me show you how to do this. When you're ready to go to bed, you're just going to pop it in, suck all the air out, and then with your tongue at the roof of your mouth, you give a couple good swallows, and it just kind of sets into place. And you'll see, I can open my lips, I can bounce my teeth around, and it doesn't break the seal. If I start laughing, that's going to break the seal. But watch. Pretty remarkable, right? I've been wearing this Subity mouth guard for 2 weeks now. I really wish I could pronounce the name since it is my favorite one. Look at this. It's so flexible and soft. I don't mind wearing it at all. In fact, I call this my binky. I absolutely love it. I've been sleeping 8 hours a night straight through. I haven't been able to do that in probably 10 years. Typical for me would be 3 to 5 hours in a night, and that was not straight through. If I got 5 hours, that was a good night. So discovering mouth taping has been a godsend for me, and this modified mouth guard has made it that much easier. In the next video, Mouth Taping Alternative Part 2, I want to show you the 2 mouth guards that I initially thought were my favorite until I was doing the demo of the Subity one. Now, while this is far and away my favorite, it might not be yours, so I want you to have options, and I want to show you both of those. They're molded entirely different from each other too, and they both take a bit more effort. So it really did need to be a separate video. In a couple of months, when I do the final update, part 3, I'll let you know if this is the one I'm still using, or if maybe even I'm able to train my mouth so that it stays closed at night while I sleep. Although I'm not so sure I want to give up my binky. Anyway, I'll let you know how that's going in part 3, along with my final thoughts, and if maybe I've found something else that works out better, or somebody has suggested something. I hope you'll support my channel by subscribing, and if you have any other suggestions for alternatives to mouth taping, let me know. If you have a video that other people can watch, put a link down below, and let's help each other all get a better night's sleep.